No, Kanito, I'm not. Well, there's been a request to go over getting materials on an elite. Like, how do you go about getting materials in elite? If you say don't have material, like basically if you need like raw materials. I showed you how to get materials like for manufactured materials for engineering, but you're also going to need raw materials. So there's been an inquiry. Um, it's been asked that I go over how to facilitate getting raw materials. And to do that, you can to get raw materials is one of basically two ways. One is of course you can do missions. Missions can sometimes give you raw materials. Not very often. On occasion it can. And hi John Taylor. Oh, there you go. There you go, machines. Yeah, manufactured materials are by far the easiest materials to get. By far. You can absolutely max those out without even having to try out that hard. Raw materials, however, is a different story. So, let's get our Cobra. We will use our Cobra for this. Because I'm pretty sure I've still got... Do I still have the... Yes, I do. I still got the Scarab in it. Okay. But machinist, you can always trade down for. You can always trade down for him. But pharmaceutical isolators, I forget where they're most prevalent. Hang on. Actually, this will be a part of it. So, alright. If you want to find materials, okay, there's one of two ways to do it. So, first and foremost, do I have the surface scanner still on this thing? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's find a nearby system to go to that's got some good planets. Let's see. Alright, this one might have something good. Let's go here. Alright. Oh, thank you, John Taylor.
Loading gear retracted.
Ship release confirmed. Move clear of the landing pad.
So I'll show you the more time-consuming way first.
Goodbye, Commander. Good luck, Commander.
So we're gonna jump to Tsukiami, as a random system. This is just gonna be a random system we're jumping to. Okay, so looks like we have a good plethora of planets here. So, first we will descan the system. Okay, got 13 planets to play with. So, we'll go into our FSS scanner. And let's go about... Have I already scanned this? Oh, I have scanned this one. Okay, cool. That makes my life easy. So you might need to FSS scan all of your planets. So go into the FSS scanner, I showed you how to do that before, to scan all of your planets. So then you can go into your... One method you could do, you know on your system map, here's all these planets. Now, how do you know it's gonna land on? Well, Notice this one that has a little bubble around it? Sakami 7? It's got a little bubble around it, right? Little bubble around it means it has an atmosphere. That typically means you can land on it. Okay? Now, these ones may very well be landable too. What is this one? This one is... Actually, sorry, this one indicates it has an atmosphere. These, I'd say by all rights, you should be able to land on. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, Ice World, Ice World, Ice World. So these are Ice Worlds, so you should be able to, by all rights, you should land on. So, notice what it says right here. You have not mapped this planet pristine reserves. So, let's go to this one, okay? Let's fly over to Sakani 6. And we're gonna use our surface scanner on Sakani 6. Yeah, in fact, I was mixing myself up. The half circle means you can land on it. The full bubble means there's an atmosphere. That's what that means. So if there's a full bubble on it, it needs an atmosphere. Half circle means you can't land on it. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the way the distinction works, if I'm remembering this correctly, the half circles that you see with the majority of these, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it means that if you are in Odyssey, you can land on them. However, if you are playing on Horizons, you cannot land on them. If there is a bubble, like on Sakani 8 here, it means that either on Horizons or on Odyssey you can land on it. I believe that is the distinction between the half circle and the full bubble. If I'm remembering correctly. Desnar, I don't remember if I have collector limpets or not. No, I don't. That's right, I outfitted this thing for combat before I left. Alright, so... when we approach a planet that we are interested in, getting close, remember we gotta get within one light set, within, what is it, 0.3 light seconds, I believe it was? If I remember correctly? So we get within 0.3 light seconds. Was it 0.03? I forget which. Oh no! Oh yeah, it's just going too fast. Alright, so let's map this sucker out. See how that does.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay. So, surface scan is complete. Let's get out of here. So, now if we look back into our system map again. Let's see. Planetary information. Okay, so you'll notice here, I'm in the way, so I will shift slightly. So you notice right here, it has a list of materials, the raw materials that can be located on the planet. So it has the highest concentration of sulfur, followed by carbon, phosphorus, iron, nickel, selenium, germanium, vanadium, cadmium, ruthenium, mercury, and that's it. So that can tell you what materials you can find on this particular stellar body. Okay? Now, that's the hard way to do it. The easy way to do it is to go into... Hang on. The easy way to do it is to go to Inara. I told you about Inara before. This is a resource website for you to basically find anything in Elite Dangerous. And if you go to data and do search nearest, okay, that will bring up this page. You can go to bodies. Bodies is referring to planets, because we're looking for a planet with a specific kind of material. And so, how do we spell this place again? S-I-K-I. Okay. S-I-K-I. There we go. So, now, we're looking for something. Let's just say we're looking for chromium. Okay? Let's just say we're looking for chromium. So we put in the materials present, we click on it and just type in chromium. And you can see populates, and you hit search. Now we have a list. We have a list of planets nearby. As you can see, many of them can be quite close. You know, some can be far away, about like 100 light seconds away. Some might be closer. Yeah, some might be 32 light seconds away. But here's the key thing. If you're only aiming for chromium, see this CR right here? By default, it's already doing it. But in case it's not, CR is you want the percentage. That is the percentage of chromium deposits that are on the planet. Obviously, the higher the percentage, the easier it will be to find these deposits. So, near me, the closest one would be Col 285 Sector PST D3 127, which is 61.9 light years away from my current location. That has the highest concentration of chromium, and it does check the system I'm originating from too. So even in comparison to Sikiani, it has the highest concentration. Okay? But we're not focused on chromium, we're just gonna go prospect. So, but this is how, if you need to find a specific material for engineering, this is an easy way for you to find that material. Now again, bearing in mind, you are limited in range. Excuse me. You are limited in range. Okay? Inara will only search so many light years out from your immediate location. So be aware of that. It'll probably only search out to... Given that you're looking for materials, you could see it's only kind of going out, 153 light years. Because there's so many. Okay? Maximal search distance for the original star system is 100 to 173 light years. Good night, Coyote. So bear that in mind when you're doing material search. Okay? So that's Inara. Can be very handy. Now, how do you prospect for these things? Well, as we are approaching the planet, let us find out. So, we'll make our approach. Where's a good spot to land? This place doesn't look like it has any real mountain ranges. Mountain ranges would be the best bet, but this may or may not. That might be a mountain range right there. We could aim for there. That might be a good spot. Because if there's any, like, mountains or elevated positions, that's a good bet to start. If you can find them. If not, you just kind of have to drive around and hope to find some. But I will show you how. Correct. Yeah, Inara does only know about previously mapped systems and bodies, but Inara is quite extensive. Aw, do you, McCargo? What's the kitty's name? What are you naming the kitty? Okay, we got some good mountain ranges here, so we might find something. Yeah, I know, Ravens, I know. Alright, so we're to the glide. And if you're doing this, I hope you remembered your landing procedures. Because you will need to land on the planet.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, that's sweet, McCargo. That's a good name. Alright, now let's find... Hey! Gotta get myself... There we go. Ease her on down. And that's why I have shields. Okay. Thank you, nickname. So, let us deploy in our SRV and hope that my T-bindings held from last time.
Low gravity warning.
Perfect. Okay, good. Okay, so to find any kind of material, you notice, is my mouse gonna show up? No, it's not. Okay, you see this sweeping radar screen up at the top of the radar circle. Okay? That is what you watch that to see if there's any basically solid things. Now, solid things can mean anything from just mountains to materials. Okay, so you notice those little lines that there's like faint lines that are registering on the radar sweep with each pass? Let's head towards those. Those lines usually indicate there is something. And you'll know if you're near something of materials because it will show up on the radar as white. And I should... There we go. I'm gonna need that. Oh, I should probably deploy my cargo scoop bomb before I forget about it. You will need to have your cargo scoop lowered.
Deployed.
Alright, hello, Silver. So, let's see. It would help if we get some flat ground here. That's the thing with some of these prospecting. You're not going to be on the flattest of ground, so it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Alright, we got... Prospecting like this is not something that can happen very much. Yes, and that's one thing to be aware of. Again, just like with your ship, materials do not take up any cargo space. So you don't have to worry about filling up your cargo space with materials. That doesn't happen. This is not a great spot. Oh shit. I'm off center. Yeah. Where are those mountains this? Let me dial it back again. I may need to... I may need to get some air. I may need to go get back in the ship and lift off to get a better perspective. Wait, driving an SRV is not easy with the HOTAS.
Drive assist off. Drive assist on.
Okay, so you see the radar, how it's got all of those lines in the upper, like on the right side of it? Well, that's because it's detecting my ship. So it's detecting a body of some sort. So that's how you look for materials, because if there is a body of some sort, well, that's where you're gonna find materials. Because you have to shoot them. Actually, I found that driving with the gamepad was pretty easy for me. But then again, I'm probably just not used to driving with the HOTAS. That's the thing. Like that other day was the first day I've had to drive using oh shit. That was close. Okay, let's get in. Alright, let me get some elevation so I can see. I want to get some elevation so I can get a better idea of what's around me.
Drive assist off. Cargo scoop retracted. Landing gear retracted.
Let's see. Over there might be good. Okay. Whoa!
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. Ease it down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Alright. Let's take the SRV out, and this might be a better area because it is probably smoother, so we can actually do some better driving.
Low gravity warning.
Okay, those have gotta be the mountains over there. Come on. Get some grip. Actually, I should probably let's do a full beam. And I should probably do night vision. Alright, so let's head to this mountain. So chat, we are looking for, again, white squares on the radar to indicate materials, or an outcropping of some sort that we can shoot to get materials. Now imagine as we get close to this mountain, we might see some as we get close to the mountain here. Because a lot of times you'll probably find some materials at the base of the mountains here. Hang on. There we go. There's some good hits on the radar. You see those low bars when it's on the radar? That's a good sign. Okay. Good. So, and by the way, the length of the bars, so you notice, hang on, get into position here. Okay, chat, you notice how on the radar sweep, there's different lengths in those signal hits. So you notice how you have low, I wish my mouse would work on when I'm in the SRV, I have no idea why it won't. You notice how there are low bars that run across the bottom of the radar, but then you see bars that are spiking all the way to the top of it. So the bars that spike all the way to the top, they're probably hitting off the mountain. Think of it like sonar. So the bars that are spiking to the top of the radar sweep is very likely it's hitting the mountain. Whereas the lower bars is usually an indicator of something on the ground, which would typically mean materials. So you want to go for the hits. You want to aim for the low bar hits on your radar versus the really spiked hits. That's the way it was always explained to me when I first started, and I followed that mantra with pretty good success. I don't know, Destar, if you want to take a quick peek, look up in the wiki and get like an idea of the radar, go for it. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to say I'm wrong. There we go. Material. Right there. Yeah, now look at the radar. Notice we have our material right there. It is a low squat bar instead of one of the spiked ones, instead of the ones that are reaching all the way to the top of the radar sweep. So a low radar hit, a small radar hit usually indicates something smaller like one of these materials versus something like the mountain. High tax.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Is I think the lower end, I think also can be ships. I think like ships usually hit it at about the midway point. And then the upper end usually is, a lot of times would be like maybe bases and also double bars are metallic meteorites. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, you can see that radar hit that we're getting. There's two horizontal bars going through it, indicating a metallic meteorite. That's what Desdar is referring to. Brandon's data sources. Okay. So, how do we get the material out of this metallic meteorite? Because this metallic meteorite, in and of itself, is not a material. So how do we get them? Well, chat, quite simply, we shoot the fucker. There we go. And now, we have several materials. So we're getting cadmium, and let's see what else. Now remember, you have to have your cargo scoop lowered. You can flat out just drop the cargo scoop on your SRV as soon as you exit it and leave it. It does not really hinder your speed that I've seen. Okay? So, how do you get the cargo? Or how do you get the material? Well, you target it, and then you literally drive over it. There's no need to really target it. You don't need to moderate your speed. You can literally just drive over it at full speed, and you'll scoop it up. Watch. Max speed. Got it. It is much easier to collect materials in an SRV than it is in a ship. The only difference is just finding them. It's a little bit more difficult finding materials on planet side on an SRV than in a ship. Ah, selenium. Cool. And mercury. Nice. Okay. So I just collected a bunch of materials. I collected cadmium, selenium, and mercury. And Fidji, thank you for the follow. So, let's go see if we can find some more. No, materials do not go in the cargo bays then. Materials, just like on your ship, just like when it comes to your ship, materials don't take up cargo storage at all. You are limited to how many materials you can carry as a whole, but the number is like 100 or 150. It's not like it's cargo. And one thing to remember, other than it's very easy to spin out an SRB, one thing to remember is every one material, just like for the ones you collect on your ship, every one material that you pick up is worth 3 in your inventory. So I will show you. Okay, there we go. There's a bronzite product. So, let us approach. So, how do we get the material, chat? Well, we do it as God intended with the 45 caliber pick. So, let's see what we got. So, we have sulfur. So, again, let me turn off the material, or turn off the filter. Alright, so, again, I have 63 sulfur as is. 63. I now have 66. So that one sulfur pickup gave me 3 sulfur materials. And now I've got vanadium. Who the hell is it? Oh, that's true. It does show in quantity. But that disappears after you pick it up. That's why I went to the right side. Like it'll show it to me in the bottom left corner what my turret is, but once I pick it up, it disappears. Okay. So I got some vanadium. Carbon. most common resource in the galaxy. And phosphorus, also highly common. So there you go. So, let's see if we can find some more, shall we? Rolling, rolling, rolling down the planet. Ooh, big air, big air. Stuck the landing. Ah. There we go. There's going to be materials over here. How can I tell? By the low ping on the radar. Yes, we are, Rydat. So, we have the low ping on the radar, which is indicating there should be something over here. And there it is. Metallic meteorites. And of course, we get what's in this baby by doing what every good American does. Shoot the fucker. Let's see what we're getting. Carbon. Nickel. I could use nickel. Nickel is very useful for making lipids. Germanium. Alright. What do we got here? Lithium. Very nice. Whoop. Did I miss? I missed. Oh, I'm full. I can't pick it up. Okay, so you may encounter this, chat. Notice, my ruthenium, what does my inventory say in the lower left corner? 150 out of 150. I cannot pick up any more ruthenium because my inventory is full. I can pick up no more. But I can get that mercury. Yeah, right. Let's see if we can find something else. Spin out. And launch. Starting getting into rockier territory, which I'm not thrilled about. I did not bonk. I had a good landing. I landed perfectly fine. But that is basically how you go about finding materials on a planet. You basically just wander around on a planet and follow your radar. You basically just have to wander around and let your radar pings guide you. It only took off 2% of my hull. I'm not concerned. How to land on high G planets where I get very fucking carefully is how you land on a high G planet. I think there may be something over there, I suspect.
Cheer 100. I remember the time you went flying via geyser in your SRV.
Not only the SRV, didn't I go flying on foot as well? And Alan, this is Elite Dangerous. Oh, I was so busy looking at you guys, I missed the fact that there is material there. Oh, turn around, turn around. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Oh, it's the lithium that I couldn't pick up. Damn it! I'm backtracking. Okay. Alright, let's get to flat, stable ground and I'll pull my ship back in. Because honestly, that's kind of all it is. When it comes to prospecting on a planet, that's kind of it. It's not overly difficult or complicated to do. It's just
Drive assist on.
time consuming. That's really it. Wait, Xanax, you got the package that was stolen? That's wonderful. The one with your vitamins, you got it? That's great. Really? They said they did it on the UPS site into my face when I went to the post office asking for my package. The postman shows up with my mail package. Denied. Oh, that. Xanax, I hope you tore him a new one for that. For lying on the website, saying that it got delivered and causing you to panic. Yes, Zeb, that is correct. If you blow up in your SRV, you'll basically get... You'll get, like, warped back into your ship. Oh, good, Xanax. I'm glad you did. Alright, let's call the ship.
Ship recalled.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, if you die outside of your ship, you'll get ported back into the ship. Unless if you die on foot inside somewhere doing a crime, you'll go to jail. So anyway, that's how prospecting works. It's not overly complicated, but it can be time consuming because you have to find the materials. Your best bet usually is, you know, is mountainous areas like this if you locate them. And just, you just have to drive around. First-hand experience for what, Des? Or do a crime and go to jail on foot? Yes. First-hand experience. When I first got Odyssey, I tried just for the heck of it doing some missions where I was on foot, going through, settlements, trying to do missions, and no, it did not go well. Hey, I play Elite Dangerous to fly spaceships, not to do an FPS. Holy crap. Alright. Why are there ships hovering above mine? Damn security forces. Oh yeah, the material. So Tex, materials are not cargo. It's something totally different. So if you collect materials and then you explode, you still retain your materials. It's not like cargo. So say you're collecting a bunch of materials and then you get blown up. Do you retain those materials?
Drive assist off.